You think you've been told the real Cinderella story? No fairy godmother, no pumpkin carriage, just death, blood, and a wish from the grave. This is the real Cinderella story. Once upon a time, a rich man's wife became sick, and as she felt her end drawing near, she called her only daughter to her bedside and said, "Dear child, remain pious and good, and our dear God will always protect you, and I will look down on you from heaven and be near you." With that, she closed her eyes and died. The girl went out every day to her mother's grave and wept, and she remained pious and good. When winter came, the snow covered the grave like a white cloth. And when the sun of spring had drawn it off again, the man took another wife. The new wife had 2 daughters of her own. They were beautiful of face but vile and black of heart. Then began a bad time for the poor stepchild. "Why should that stupid girl sit in the parlor with us?" they said. "If she wants to eat bread, let her earn it. Out with the kitchen maid." They took her beautiful clothes away from her, dressed her in an old gray smock, and gave her wooden shoes. "Just look at the proud princess, how decked out she is," they laughed and led her to the kitchen. There, she had to do hard work from morning till night, get up before daybreak, carry water, make the fire, cook, and wash. Besides this, the sisters did everything imaginable to hurt her. They mocked her, threw peas and lentils into the ashes, and forced her to pick them out. At night, when she was worn out, she had no bed, but had to sleep by the cinders in the ashes. And because she looked dusty and dirty, they called her Cinderella. One day, her father was going to the fair, and he asked what he should bring back for each daughter. The oldest asked for beautiful dresses, the second for pearls and jewels. But Cinderella said, "Father, break off for me the first twig that brushes against your hat on your way home." So he bought beautiful dresses and pearls and jewels for his stepdaughters, and on his way back, a hazel twig brushed his hat. He broke it off and took it home to Cinderella. She planted the twig on her mother's grave, and wept so much that her tears watered it. It grew into a beautiful tree. 3 times a day she went and sat beneath it, and a white bird always came to the tree. Whenever she made a wish, the bird threw down what she had wished for. Now the king announced a festival that would last 3 days, and all beautiful young girls were invited so that his son might choose a bride. The 2 stepsisters were excited and called Cinderella to brush their hair, shine their shoes, and fasten their dresses. Cinderella begged to go. "You, Cinderella?" They laughed. "Covered in dust and dirt? You want to go to the ball?" Her stepmother dumped a bowl of lentils into the ashes. "If you can pick them out in 2 hours, you may come." The girl went outside and cried out, "You tame pigeons, you turtle doves, and all you birds beneath the sky, come and help me pick the good into the pot, the bad into your crop." 2 white pigeons came in through the kitchen window, followed by turtle doves and all the birds of the air. They pecked and picked, and in less than an hour the lentils were sorted. But the stepmother still refused, so she dumped 2 more bowls into the ashes, saying, "If you can pick these out in 1 hour, you may go." Again, the birds came and helped, but the stepmother still said no, and left her behind. Cinderella ran to her mother's grave and cried out. The white bird dropped a gown of gold and silver, and slippers embroidered with silk and silver. Dressed in splendor, she went to the ball. The prince danced with her alone and would dance with no one else, but at sunset she slipped away. The next evening, the same happened. She appeared in an even more splendid gown and fled again, hiding in a pear tree. The prince had the tree chopped down, but she was gone. On the 3rd night, he had the staircase smeared with pitch. As she fled, one of her golden slippers stuck to the pitch. The prince proclaimed he would marry the girl whose foot fit the shoe. The 2 stepsisters tried it on. The eldest cut off her toes to make it fit. The prince rode away with her, but the birds cried, "Look at the shoe, there's blood in the shoe. The shoe is too small, the true bride is still at home." He turned back. The 2nd sister tried, cutting off her heel. Again the birds cried out, and he returned. Then Cinderella tried on the slipper. It fit perfectly. The prince saw the ash on her face and knew she was the one. As he took her away, the birds sang, "No blood in the shoe is not too tight. This bride is true, the prince's delight." At the wedding, the stepsisters tried to win favor by pretending kindness. As they walked into the church, one stood on the right and one on the left of the bride, but the white birds swooped down and pecked out 1 eye of each. As they left the church, the birds returned and took their other eyes. leaving them blind forever. This has been another nightly bedtime story. Sleep well and dream deep. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, commenting, and following for our next story. Until our next journey, goodbye and sweet dreams.